Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want to face game show. Mike C.
Hey, and I'm Fred Watt. The boys are back in town, man. Finally.
There we go. There we go. There we go, man.
After a long
So we're going to be
hiatus.
talking about a little bit of. Yeah, you have been, man. Where you been at, bro?
Oh man. This trucking job shit, man. You gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills,
That's it, man. Gotta keep on pushing.
Yeah. So
But what brings us here today is Mario World, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury.
yes, we have the review of that, and we also have the review of Hitman 3. And we have a bonus horror story. So yes.
Ooh.
All right. So I actually told this horror story on Facebook yesterday, but for everybody on YouTube that didn't catch it, I want y'all to see it. But Mike, Super Mario, what is it? Super Mario 3D Worlds plus Bowser or something?
Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury, yeah.
Now, this is exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. Nowhere. Well, it's on other. It was on what, the Wii, the Nintendo Wii or the Wii
The
U.
Wii U.
Yeah,
The Wii U, man, your favorite.
yeah. But we're just talking about the Switch version. Now, I do have this game, but I have yet to play it, and I'll tell you why I really didn't play it, other than me being tired. But Mike played it, so we're gonna let Mike take the wheels. Mike, what do you give this game?
Actually, I give it 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Yes, sir.
4 out of
4 out of 5.
Okay, well, you disappeared for a second. You okay?
Yeah. A 4 out of 5. Even though I haven't played the game, I do have some remarks on it. But Mike,
I know you do.
why do you give it a 4?
So I actually gave it 4 out of 5 because it actually added more onto this thing. It's great for new people coming in. As far as this stuff, the Bowser Fury is like a bonus type of feature. It's not a real long game, but still, for those people that like playing Mario, you go collect. It's the same formula. You jump, you hit stuff, you collect power-ups, you collect shines and everything for that. The bonus / gimmicky thing that they showed you is when Mario gets this Giga Bell up on this Bowser's World Fury type of game, he gets gigantic. He looks like a Super Saiyan cat, basically, and you fight Bowser in the big form. So it's still got the same remedy of up there. You could go and play the game and explore and grab new certain things and everything too. It does have a 2-player co-op feature up on the Bowser Fury, so one of you can be Mario, the other one can be using Bowser Jr. And he can, and even if you don't play the 2-player, you still can have Bowser Jr. help you out to hit some enemies or reach certain cat shines that are out of your way that you're not able to get. And they still have another cool feature I like about it is the ability to house power-ups. So you're not limited to just holding 2 power-ups. You can hold a max of 5 of each power-up that you can switch over. Let's say if you get a hit, you can power yourself back up. So it caters to even those younger players, that really have no experience with Mario, but they probably will soon. But it caters to them so they can see about actually playing and having fun. It's just a fun game for those people that grew up with Mario and as far as the newcomers that come in there. So it's a nice family oriented type of game. And then jumping back to Mario 3D World, I didn't play the version attached to this, but I remember playing it before. It has that ability to have 4-player co-op, so you're really not losing nothing. You're gaining stuff. The only thing that would have the price tag for it. I know they added a little feature right there, but it still could have been a cheaper game. I say $49. Like a regular price game. It shouldn't have been so much like $59.99. Because this is an older game. They would have definitely sold it, man. Because a lot of people want to play this new version of Bowser of Fury. So I think it's a happy add-on, but them not actually doing the price point as far as a little cheaper, that's when they lost a lot of people. Well, for me, that's what really kept it from getting the file. Overall, man, it's a nice Mario game, man. And then the bonus to play Bowser, so it's just fun. It's a nice time. It's a nice way to watch time just melt away while you play this stuff and try to attack this stuff. So yeah.
All right. So even though I have not played this game, I never played it on the Wii. I'm getting some feedback, Mike.
You get some feedback from me?
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's echoes. All right. So, I really wasn't heavily invested into this game because I never really played it. This type of Mario game really didn't pick my fancy because I was more on the 2D type game, and I guess it correlates with like Mario Sunshine and all those other games that have like the 3D world, but I really didn't play it, so I couldn't really give you a comparison of the Wii U or the Wii U version versus the Switch version, and mainly I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really feel like playing this damn game to be honest with you, man. But I will play it, and probably I'll come back later on and tell you, hey, if I liked it, if I didn't. But more than likely, it's a Mario game, so it's real easy to pick up and play, like Mike said. And then the ability to have 3 other people to play with you on this game is an excellent game. Nintendo is going to stay in the realm of like family-oriented games, and at this point, we can clearly say that Mario is a prostitute right now because they're hoeing the shit out of this character, man. I mean, how many times are we going to buy this game? You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't they sell it in the eShop and all this other stuff? Man, and I'm like, yo, man, how many times are you actually going to purchase a Mario game? They're going to add like maybe one little hype thing on it. Because I don't know because I didn't play it, so I can't compare it to anything. But I guess if you gave it a 4, it's a pretty cool game. But then you can't really say anything bad other than Mario as a whole that Nintendo is hoeing them out about Mario games because they're real fun to play. It's not complicated to pick up. You don't have to remember certain button patterns. You just jump, hit, and collect coins, and that's basically all you do. There's no is this game. No Mario game is complicated, and it's very fun to pick up. You know what I'm saying? So, this could be a date night game. This could be a family night game. I mean, this game is in good standing for anybody to play. If you're just coming into the Switch or if you just brought a Switch and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody knows Mario at this point. But, yeah. But I'm not going to rate it because I haven't played it. So, we can go on Mike's word because he played it and he gave it a 4, and I guess it's a, it's a good game. It's something that I would probably play in my travels or something like that. But, like I said, you can't go wrong with a Mario game. So that's pretty good, man. So I guess what we gonna do with it, Mike? Give it a final verdict.
I guess so. Final verdict.
Mike. All right, Mike C. Mario. Let me get cue the stuff up first. All right, is it a buy, rent, or I don't even know if you can rent these damn Switch games. Is it a buy or pass, Mike?
It's a buy, man. Go ahead and get that junk, man.
Buy. All right. Well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from the horse's mouth, man. Buy this joint. So as we set up for the second one, let me go ahead and do some things.
Do some things behind the scenes, brother.
Yep. What is it? Okay. Now let's talk about
Your favorite,
Hitman. Hitman
There you
3.
go.
And let me do
It's
something.
horrible. Don't get it.
Let me do something real quick. Okay. All right. All right. So now let's talk about Hitman 3. Now, you can find this on the PlayStation, the Xbox, if you can find that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't even find the PlayStation 4 no more. Cause jeez, man. Oh.
You can't find a PlayStation 4, man?
Hell nah. You can't find, man, it's hard to find. I've been in a couple of Walmarts and Targets on these travels, man, and I've gone through the game section, and you literally cannot find especially a PlayStation 4 Pro and any Xbox. Now the Xbox One, Series X, none of that stuff. You can't. It's so in high demand right now. You can't find it. But Hitman 3 on a system that you can hopefully find it on. You might have to settle for Stadia. So I don't know, man. But Mike, you didn't play it.
No, I did not, brother. I'm not a real Hitman player, man. I can really say that. But I know you love Hitman.
Yeah.
So what do you give Hitman, brother?
Does the 2 say I love it, Mike?
No, but I know you didn't give this a 2, man. It's Hitman, brother.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I gave it a 2.
What you really give Hitman?
I really did. I gave it a 2. I gave it a 2. I gave it a 2.
Wow.
I gave it a 2.
Now you know I don't believe that. What happened?
And I hit the wrong damn graphic. Hold up. Yeah, all about live TV. All right. So, Hitman 3 on the console that you can find it on, or Stadia. Now, the reason why I gave it a 2 is because graphically it is not there. Now, I have the PS5 version and I have the Xbox One Series X version, and it doesn't look any more different than what the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox X version does. Now, take this with a grain of salt because I don't have the appropriate TV to run the PlayStation 5 at its full capability, nor the Xbox Series X at its full capability, right? So I'm just going off of what I'm seeing, right? Now I'm checking out gameplay video online as well too, and I'm looking at it on a 4K TV, and I'm looking at the 4K gameplay. The cinematics are there. The cinematics are great. I mean, you can say any cinematics are great in any video game. You can go back to the PS2 version of Resident Evil, and you can look at the cinematic trailers there, and you can say, "Oh, well, that's beautiful." Though it is, but the gameplay, it is not there for me. As far as having multiple AIs on the display at one time, it's awesome. Square Enix or whoever makes this game has that down pack. I mean, they have 100 different AIs on screen at once, and you get no slowdown, no tears, no drop frames. What's that damn game? What's that game that just came out, Mike? the shitty one.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, hey, it
I
ain't.
just forget about
Yeah,
I haven't played that since we reviewed.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I apologize to the people that we gave that shit away to, cause I hope your shit ain't fuck up. You know what I mean? Cause it was breaking people's shit, man. It was breaking people's
yeah,
shit. But they got this down pat. You know what I'm saying? Cinematics, all the AIs on the board, but your character, it has no really type of next gen graphical detail, or
right.
it looks very bland. Um, One of the good things I can say about Hitman 3 is that it takes advantage if you own Hitman and Hitman 2, because with that disc, if you own those other games that's on there, you can go back and replay all those missions that's on there, and then once you link your account, you can go back to your progress. So that's one good thing about that. So it's like really four games in one if you own all Hitman, Hitman 2, and then like Blood Money, I think, some other Hitman, and you link all those accounts together, and it's a pretty good game. The only reason why I'm being so critique on this game is because of the graphical capability of it. Now, everything looks good on it except for your main character. Everything looks good. Like the background, the people, all that stuff looks good. But when you're playing as Hitman, Hitman is so pale. And I know you could say white people are pale, but they not that damn pale, man. I mean, this is like almost an albino type dude that you're playing with. You know what I'm saying? Just graphically, sometimes it throws people off. You can have a good game graphically, it could be the make or breaker, right? I'll give you an example. The first Sims that came out, the game did not look all that good, but it was fun as hell to play. It was really fun as hell to play. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about on a 486 DX, a Pentium. You know what I'm saying? You were playing that game. The graphics was today's standards was horrible, but the game was so entertaining to play. This is the opposite of that, where the game looks beautiful, but it's just that one thing. The main character that you're playing with is not graphically there. The other thing is that if you're paying full price for this game, you shouldn't have to keep buying like extra boards and stuff like that. That is the shit that kills me, man. Where you have to pay for extra missions that's already in the game. You know, you're paying $9, you're paying $34, and some of these extra missions for Hitman are very pricey. And if you're already paying $60 for the game, why not give me every goddamn mission that's in there? Why are you trying to micromanage everything? You're going to turn a $60 game into a $200 game. That shit ain't right. And you're doing it in the middle of a pandemic, mind you. I mean, they've been doing this shit before the pandemic hit. So, I mean, it's you know, this micro shit is terrible, man. So, it's like, you know, I don't know, man, but I mean, you have to play the game for yourself to see what I'm talking about. But overall, it's just a Hitman game. You know, it's nothing different. They didn't add anything to separate it from Hitman 1 and Hitman 2. It's the same thing. You're just playing missions. You're assassinating people. You're hiding the bodies away. You know, there's nothing new about this game other than missions. You know what I'm saying? It should have just been DLC missions for it, because this game does not feel like a brand new game. It just feels like added missions. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Yeah, because what I was seeing up on it too, it just looked like more of the same type of game. Granted, they cleaned up some of the background environments and stuff like that. Other than the character model still looks the same, and I think they basically said they use the same type of engine for it. So.
Oh, Crank. We just reviewed a. He said, "What did I miss?" We just reviewed Mario, the Mario game that came on the Switch. Now we're talking about Hitman 3, and then after Hitman, we're going to talk about a bonus horror story. So, Bird said they're charging $69 for this game. Yeah, they're charging $69 for this game. You know, even with the Mario game, you know what I'm saying? Why are you charging that? This is an old game. Both of these games are old. You know what I'm saying? As far as I forgot to talk about the VR support for the Hitman. Now I have not played. Truthfully, I have not played the VR portion of Hitman, but I can't say that it would be any good, especially if you're playing it on the PlayStation 5 and you're using the adapter. I don't see it being any better than what it was, than like maybe that Tomb Raider with the VR support, and that shit was really garbage. Now, if you can play the game throughout like you can with Resident Evil just in VR, that would be good. But even with a VR mode, this is not justifiable for this price tag because it's just extra missions. There's nothing different. It's seriously like buying Madden every year. You're buying a game, the same game every year with just added players. It's just DLC added on content. You know what I'm saying? What I wish they would do for some of these games is just charge one flat price, right? And then you charge a minimum price for the new characters. You know what I'm saying? Or the new DLC or whatever. But make that like a low cost, like $199 or something like that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with paying $70 for a game, knowing that the game is going to be a long lasting game, but they're going to add different missions. And I know that the people behind the scenes need to get paid for their work. But don't charge me $69 for a game, and then you're going to add on top of that $9 or $10 or $39 for an extra mission that's already in the game that just you just paying that just unlocks it so you'll be able to play that. It's not right. For me, it's not right. Yeah.
It's not right for a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm done. You got any more to say about it, Mike?
Nah, man, you love Hitman.
I guess I'll go ahead and give it a final verdict. All right, let's hope I get this right. All right. So, for me,
what do you give Hitman 3?
I'm going to say rent this thing. I'm going to say rent it. Because it's not really worth a buy on this. Until it comes down in price, then that's when you should get it, you know. And I don't even know if they made a PlayStation 4 version for it. Oh, I didn't see it, and I'm quite sure that they did. But I have the disc version of this game, and the only ones that I saw was the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. But I'm quite sure it's on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And for you guys,
and it's also on the Switch.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the Switch too, as well.
It's on the Switch called Cloud. A cloud version.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know if that's going to work with as many AIs on this thing. But
now they limited down to 2 AIs on the screen at one time.
Yeah, because playing this on the Switch, oh man, I don't know if they can pull that off. But like we told y'all, Mike and I both have the Xbox Series X. We both have the PlayStation 5, right? And if you don't have it right now, if you can't find it, you can go on HSN or that Home Shopping Network shit. they're charging $1,300 for the bundle. Yeah, right. Okay. But if you can't find these next gen consoles, don't worry about it because it's not a fucking big deal. Bruh, I'm going to tell you on everything, on Mother Slim, I have not played my Xbox Series X more than 5 times since I got it. I have not played my PlayStation 5 more than 7 times since I got it. If it wasn't for the review of Hitman and then me getting that pass to play Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X, I would just be playing my regular Xbox One X or my PlayStation 4. It's not a fucking big deal because there's no games out on it. None that you can't play on your last gen console. So don't get bent out of shape if you can't find this shit. You know, Trump fucked us up, and that's why we're in the state that we're in right now. I don't even want to talk about that dipshit here. But look, man, it's not a fucking big deal. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I was pressed to get that joint, but it's not a big. Now that I have it, I'm like, it got dust on it. It got dust on it. And Mike know what I'm talking about when you came over here and you seem like, God damn, it's dust on it. It's dust on it. Do you play your games?
Well, look. I've been playing a lot of games up on the Xbox, but it's older games, so you know what I'm saying. My control or anything like that stuff you downloaded, but Fred's right. There really isn't nothing on the system right now that you can't find on PlayStation 4, man. So just wait because right now it's going to be a shortage, and just being realistic, you ain't going to see nothing until towards the end of the year, early next year, when they're really going to be really able to go buy and get. So don't trip on this stuff, man. You got a lot of stuff coming out later on in the future. So
Crank said, I've been spending all my time on Nintendo since the scalpers attack. And he also said, Hitman looks like Hitman 2.5. Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
I agree with you.
It does. Wow. It's no big deal, y'all. It's really no big deal. I mean, as far as the PlayStation, you can't utilize the internal SSD. They still have the shit where if you hooking up an external hard drive, you can cause your shit to brick if you're playing your PlayStation 4 games. I mean, this is the first time we have ever have consoles to come out that's just shit at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing I can compare it to is when the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 first came out, right? Then the Xbox had the Ethernet jack in the back of it, but the online accessibility wasn't there until months later, right? I can give that a pass because they was working on it, you know what I'm saying? But with this shit in 2020 and 2021, you bringing out a fucking systems that has so many bugs that's causing people to not want to put their PlayStation 5s in rest mode for the fear of the shit bricking. And then you have an Xbox Series X that doesn't have any type of distinction from the Xbox X or the Xbox S. Everything looks the same. I mean, I could say at least with the PlayStation 5, your home screen looks different than the PlayStation 4. But with the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X and the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that whole shit looks the same. The shit looks the same. There's no fucking difference, man. There's no fucking difference. So it's like you can't get wild up about this shit, man. And I know and honestly, I would be salty as a motherfucker if I didn't get these two systems and shit. And I'd be like, and if I heard myself talking, I'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. You got one, so that's what you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm telling you, man. He said my Series X sometimes doesn't let me controllers connect. Doesn't let my controllers connect. Bird is saying that. Shit, man. Yeah. I mean the X. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I had some issues too as far as the controllers like timing out and not able to connect, and you had to turn everything off and stuff like that. So there's still issues with these things, man.
Yeah.
Until they get all that stuff ironed out, man, you're still gonna have some issues, man. Seriously. And with these darn controllers and everything. So hey, bear with it.
Mm. Yeah. All right.
But it sucks though.
Yeah, it does. And we'll hop back on to that. But it's time for a horror story, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Fred.
Oh man, this is a doozy right here. Now, I currently right now, you know, I do freight, you know, deliver freight. And in my course of delivering freight, I'm in different states where I have to stay at the Red Roof Inn Hotel. Now, maybe this should be a two-part series, right? The Red Roof Inn Hotel. Now, if you are a drug dealer or if you are a crack user, this is the place for you to go. Because the Red Roof Inn houses the most insatiable crackheads. And because when you pull up to the Red Roof Inn, it don't matter what now there's a couple of different type of Red Roof Inns. There's 3, I think. I'm not talking about the suites. No, fuck that. I'm talking about all of them because it's the same shit. They got the no smoking policy, but you still smell weed, you smell cigarette smoke, and you smell something that smells like crack. Okay? So there, I'm telling you, the Red Roof Inn is the place where you go buy crack at, or the place where you sell it at. These motherfuckers here, man. And okay, so getting to the horror story, right? So I'm leaving out in the morning because I have to pick up some freight, right? So I'm walking out my door and, you know, got the window right there. There's a young lady in front of my fucking window, right? Just standing there in front of the fucking window. And I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Now, I don't know if she was a crackhead. I don't know if she was selling some ass. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. But she was just standing there, right there in front of my fucking window. And I, on mothers, on everything, Slim. When I seen that shit, I immediately thought about this movie called VHS. Have you seen VHS, Mike?
I don't know if I ever not. I don't think so.
Okay, it's not that old of a movie. It's a movie where it tells a couple of different stories. It tells a series of different horror stories. I think it's like 4 different stories in there. Well, VHS, the first story was about these guys. They had all these cameras on and shit, and they had picked up this girl in a bar. Long story short, she turned out to be a gargoyle. Like, she her only line was, I like you. And she turned into a fucking gargoyle. They took her back to the hotel. She wanted to fuck one dude, but the other dude wanted to Gia. And then she wound up like riding them and then eating them and shit. Like, she was on top of them while she was looking at the dude that she really wanted, and then she just ate him. And I don't mean, you know what I'm saying, going down on him. She ate the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? she ate him. So I immediately thought that, right? So I'm like, that's what popped into my mind. Because she was saying some of the off the wall shit, right? She was like, are you the one that drive that truck? And I'm thinking, first I'm like, yo, did somebody break into this motherfucker? Because I am at the Crack Roof Inn, right? So, because when I pulled up, it was like, it was like going into Park 16. If y'all, my niggas from DC, if y'all ever went to Park 16 and you drove out there, you seen a bunch of motherfuckers just out on the block. Park 16 was a big ass apartment building, and motherfuckers was just hanging out in front of the fucking apartment building shit, right? So this is how it was, right? Like, motherfuckers hide up, and then the Red Roof Inn, these motherfuckers allow you to bring your dogs in. I mean, I'm an animal lover. I got 2 pits myself. One, he cries like a bitch, and the other one, she's she's a little bit better. But dogs barking all night, like I get oh, see, there he go. I get enough of that shit when I'm at home. You hear him barking? So. Oh, now he don't want to talk. But yeah, so you get dogs barking. See, shut up. You get dogs barking all night. You got crackheads smoking all night. You got weed smoking, and the motherfuckers say when you sign into the Red Roof Inn, okay, this is to acknowledge that you're not gonna smoke. I'm like, you don't smell all this shit in here before I even came in here? And you talk about me, you want me to sign it? I don't smoke cigarettes, first of all, but you're not penalizing all these rest of these motherfuckers in here smoking because I smell smoke. When you go into the parking lot, you can smell the crack smoke when you pull up into the Red Roof Inn. So, getting back to the story, the girl is standing right there in front of my window. And she's like, okay, are you the one that's driving that truck? I said, yeah, why? She was like, oh, because I've had some problems with my car and I need to call the police. So I'm like dumbfounded now. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? And I carry this foot massager with me, you know what I'm saying, to put on my foot, you know what I mean? And I grabbed my foot massager because I went back in the room. I grabbed my foot massager and I come back out because I got my bags on me because I'm headed to the truck to check out. And she was like, well, I'm gonna have to call the police and all this other stuff. And then she was like, well, what company you work for? Just off the wall. I cannot make this shit up, bruh. I said, look, I don't know what I said verbatim, but it was something to the fact that I was like, I say something like, if you try anything, I'm going to bust you upside your head with this foot massager and that motherfucker that's probably around the corner. Because I thought she was trying to set me up, like to get robbed or something like that. Because I'm out in Kentucky, right? And I'm thinking that I'm about to get robbed or set up or some shit, right? Because this is so fucking odd. Somebody's asked me about my truck. Then somebody's saying that they're going to call the police and all this other shit. Well, I'm not mad at you. But after I said I was going to go upside her head with that foot massager, I went back in the room. And I think she stayed next door because I heard a door slam. And then I'm looking around. I'm like, where the fuck did this girl go? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, am I tripping? Am I dreaming or something, man? But this shit was like the off-the-wall type shit that I've ever experienced, man. Like, I'm coming out that joint, and she just standing there. And I think she was peeping into my fucking room. Like, but then for her to say, out of all the rooms that was in that Red Roof Inn, how did she know that I was the one driving that fucking truck? So that was some strange shit, man. That was some strange shit, bro. I thought I was about to get jumped. I thought I was about to get robbed, but we was gonna have to fight because that foot massage would have had some head prints on it. Because I was gonna bust her ass upside the head with that joke. I was gonna bust her. And anybody that came around that corner, because you stick your 2 feet in it, and it's a dome joint. It's rather big, but it's a handle where you stick your feet in, and I was going. Bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? And she got the mask on, she got the coat on, she got the Bernie Sanders gloves on and shit, and she's fucking sitting up here like rapping to me like what the fuck is you doing? Like, why are you so concerned about me driving the truck? And you gonna call the police? And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you though. I don't give a shit about your car trouble. What the fuck I got to do with that? Man, that was some wild shit, bro. That was some wild shit, man. Wow.
Well, you always be bringing the wild ones, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's some true shit. That's some true shit, man. The shit that I go through, man. You just have to be there. You just have to be. And the other thing, and people do not believe me when I told them this. I was on I-74 coming from New Jersey, and there was a fucking goat on this ain't like the tiger shit, right? There was a fucking goat on the beltway, bruh. a Billy Goat on a fucking beltway in New Jersey on I-70. You know how you on the beltway and there's a fence that separates the land from the highway? The goat was on the other side. So I'm driving down I-70 because I'm on my way to Kentucky, right? I-78 or 78, so whatever the fuck. But there was a goat that was on the side of the fucking road. A goat. On everything. And this is daylight. There's a goat on the side of the road. A goat. I can't make this shit up, bro. I be seeing some weird shit on this road, man. I seen a Toys R Us truck. A full-fledged Toys R Us truck on the road. And
they got Toys R Us still in New Jersey, though.
I think they got them in Canada, too.
Okay.
Because I seen a YouTube video of a guy who sold his PlayStation 4 in order to get a PlayStation 5, but he wasn't able to get a PlayStation 5, so he started to go around to different Walmarts and Targets and Best Buys and to try to find a PlayStation 4. And he couldn't find. Well, he did finally find one at Walmart, but it was the PlayStation 4 Pro, the first gen joint. He was looking. He found the PlayStation 4. He was looking for a PlayStation 4 Pro, but he did find the PlayStation 4 inside of Walmart, and somebody apparently had already opened it because the seal on it. They had put like a piece of tape over the joint, and he didn't realize it until he opened it. But when he was going to one of the stores, you saw the backdrop of a Toys R Us. It was a Toys R Us. I'm like, God, a Toys R Us is still in this joint? And they got the nerve to take the Toys R Us away from us on Branch Avenue? How dare they, man? How the fuck dare they, man? And the Toys R Us building is still over there with the Toys R Us sign on. Yeah. Like, are y'all coming back or what the fuck, man?
I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know what they're doing, but they got it all fenced in now. So
he said, Bird said, can you make a movie with all your horror stories?
Hey, look, I thought you was gonna do the book first.
Oh man.
You know what? That would be pretty good though, bro.
Cause I got a lot of them.
Coming soon to a TV show near you, bro.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I got a lot of them, man. Even before I consider that, man, we gotta get this cartoon done. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this cartoon. We've been advertising it for years now. I'm going to get into it. Matter of fact, I'm going to start next week or the week after that. My body just has to get acclimated to these long trips that I be taking, and I don't have time to work on it through the week because I'm constantly on the road. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you that starting not next week, but the week after next, I'm gonna start working on our very first episode of this cartoon that needs to come out, man. I'm telling you, for those that know about what the cartoon is, very funny premise, man. And I think that y'all are going to enjoy this cartoon, man. I think y'all really are. I know y'all really are going to enjoy the cartoon series that the Gamer Show is going to be putting out, man. But yeah, that's it. That's it, man. That's it.
All right, man. So let's close out the show like we know how to. Like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Gamer Show with an A. Don't forget to head over to the Facebook store page to find all the prices. Don't forget to hit us up on VTime. Don't forget to subscribe, become a Gamers Club member. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop videos like these. Tell your friends.
Yo, please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks, join our SteamAss community, and our website community where you can get some free stuff. All right? We'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.
See you next time, people watching. Thanks for tuning in.